Replacing my new Toyota Tacoma's chrome vent rings with new blacked out vent rings. Not the easiest job, but pretty satisfying in the end. Well, good morning everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. And today I'm kind of carrying on with a little mod I had started before that is a little more complicated than I had anticipated. What it is, it's replacing the chrome vent rings, those little accent pieces I guess, with blacked out rings. Now, what you have to do, you actually have to pull the trim pieces off. I've already done that. They just pull off. These anyway, the front one or the center one here, and then the one that's over the gauge cluster. Pretty easy. You just start with this edge, grab, pull gently, and it comes off. And then on this side, you just grab this edge, pull gently, and it all pops out as well. No tools needed, pretty easy. The one over on the far right, over there, is a little bit more complicated. I'll show you how that comes out in just a second. Okay, to take the one off on the other side, the far passenger side, there are little clips here, 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 and then a couple more around the other way. You just take a pry tool, and up at the lip where it butts up against your dash, you just take a pry tool, push it down to push these in a little bit. Once you do that, it will release and you can pull it off. Takes a couple minutes, but if you're slow and careful, it's pretty easy. Now, I'll show you how to do a couple of these because there's a different method for two of them, I guess. All the rest are the same as the second one I'll show you. But we'll start with the passenger side. And the reason these don't fit, this is the ring, and it would normally go on like so. But it can't fit like that unless you remove this trim ring, and that's what we're gonna do. So, to pull this thing apart, it's pretty easy. I actually already have it off, the top part, but it's just held on by little clips on the edge. There's what, 1, 2, 3 of them that actually clasp over these little pieces that stick out right here. That's it. So you just kind of gently pull on them a little bit. I did it by hand. And they come off. It's pretty simple. Now, as far as getting this chrome piece off, there are plastic welds in the back. You may notice these little prongs. It looks like if you just push those or squeeze them, the trim ring would come off. Not the case. They're merely placeholders. You actually have to break these little green, I think they're all green. Yeah, all these little green welds, there are 2, 4, 6 of them. And then that vent ring will pull right off. I'll show you that. How I did it before, I just kind of grabbed the little weld part that sticks out with a pair of needle nose pliers, kind of squeezed it off, and then I used a screwdriver, just a pointy little Phillips head, to kind of push in the center to kind of break the rest of that little plastic weld. Now, don't let the word break scare you. It's just a little when you push down. It's pretty simple. So let's go ahead and do it. I'll show you how it works. All you have to do, like I said, is just grab those, squeeze, and they should break. At least that's the plan. You could use a drill if you're really good, kind of drill in them a little bit. I think I'm actually going to try to grab a carpet knife and just cut them. You just want to break the seal off, if you will. So let me try that. Okay, I actually went the way of the Dremel. I have this pointed bit here, if you will. And what I did, I just Dremeled through each one of these holes on here to break the plastic weld. Pretty easy. And then the chrome piece itself just pulls right out. Now, one thing I will note, it does have these little, what I call placeholders. They kind of hold this in. You do have to squeeze them, but I will tell you, when you squeeze these, they will break. Not that you couldn't reuse this. You could put it back in, glue it down if you wanted to, but I'm never going to reuse these, so I'm going to set these aside. Now, the blacked out piece itself, it will fit right in this groove, and it actually adheres to this black part right here, so that's what you want to clean off with alcohol before you glue it down. Double-sided tape on the back, you can see there. So just to do a little test fit, that's how they're going to fit, just like that. Looks pretty factory to me once they're in. So I'm going to go ahead, we'll glue the first one down. I'll clean this piece off with some rubbing alcohol, and then we'll sit it back in the little vent thing here, the pod I'll call it, and then we'll do one on the other ones just to show you what that looks like, how they release. Otherwise, the procedure for removing the chrome ring is exactly the same. Okay, we have the first one on. You can see it right there. Does not impede the way the vent turns at all. We'll close the vent. That's what it looks like. I like it. I think it's pretty slick. Again, anything to get rid of that. Much better. So now we'll move on to one of the center console ones, or the console area ones. Show you how to get those pods out, and then the rest of the process is the same. To get the pod out of the console area cover or trim piece, first I'm going to try just to use my fingers. There are the same little clasps around each side, 3 of them, that will release this unit. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't do that. Yeah, I think I can by hand. Always fingers first. Best way to do anything, so that you're not going to scratch anything up, at least not badly. Well, there you go. It pulled right out. Not too complicated. So we'll set the little interior piece aside, and then you remove the little welds, the green plastic welds, the same way as I did before, just using a Dremel, hitting the center of those, drilling through each one. You don't want to drill all the way through, just enough to break that little weld itself, and we should be able to remove the chrome piece. There you go. You get the idea. I'll do the rest. We'll put them all on, and then I'll show you what they look like inside the truck. Okay, they are all done. All the chrome rings are off. All of the black covers are on. Looking pretty good to me. Now it's time to put them back in the truck. All done, not too difficult. You know, all of this stuff can be removed by hand. You don't really need any tools to get the trim pieces out. I mean, you do need a pry tool, I guess, for the other side, the passenger side, just to push in those little clips a little bit so you can pull it out. Other than that, everything else just pulls out by hand. Love the way it looks. I think it gives it a more premium look on the inside of the truck. Again, no more chrome pieces. We've pretty much got everything eliminated inside in chrome except for this, which is going to be coming very, very soon. I think it looks awesome. Always love these kind of mods myself. They're pretty easy to do, and they really do have pretty good impact once they're done. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these. Too much effort to do, or something you might consider? I'd be curious. By the way, they do come from AJT Design, in case you're interested in them. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive FST, all about my 2021 Toyota Tundra. And Robmotive JT, all about my 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.